I'm not even going to try. I don't want to have this argument with you anymore.
Probably for the best.
I'm done. I'm done with it.
I mean, it wasn't really an argument. It was just a statement of fact. Welcome back.
Y'all should be able to hear this.
They can on that end, yes. No problem on their end at all. It always picks up on your audio.
So you should blame Discord. Welcome back.
I always blame Discord.
To your weekly TIFU Digest.
I said welcome back like 6 hours ago.
I know. That's why I'm catching up.
Okay.
Let's you know what? Let's.
It was the dramatic pause. You know.
Yes.
Got me fucked up.
Let's start a protest against Discord.
For audio? Because they can't pick up that one clap?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who's with me?
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of things to protest Discord about, but it not
today
picking
Discord
up
fucked up.
It's not going to be fuck honey on the after the ad read. It's going to be fuck Discord.
Welcome back, everybody. We hope you're enjoying your week on this beautiful Thursday. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay up to date on all things Lousy, because we upload 3 times a week. And also, for all of you who are here, make sure to like the video to get this out to the ethos of YouTube. Those who are returning, welcome back, Lousy listeners. Good to see you. Always lovely to see you here. We're here for some good old-fashioned Lousy. I hate my allergies.
Bless you.
I need my ears to pop so bad. I feel like I'm underwater. And when I feel it pop, it's like I'm hearing things I've never heard before.
You can always tell when you're suffering from it because you do this thing with your lower jaw where you're like, and so sometimes you try to do it subtly and it's not very subtle.
It's not subtle at all. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. It just looks like I'm chewing something. Just like
a cow chewing on its fucking curd or whatever the fuck it's called.
Drop in the comments. Does anybody else have to deal with that? Like, I think they're called your eustachian tubes. Is that what it is?
Meow. No idea.
Let's find out. Hang on.
You think we're smart?
Oh, shit.
We are not smart.
I was right. Eustachian tube is a narrow passageway connecting the middle ear to the back of the throat. It plays a crucial role in equalizing air pressure in the middle ear, helping to drain fluid and protecting against infection. When the eustachian tube doesn't function properly, it can lead to eustachian tube dysfunction, ETD, or ED for short, causing symptoms like ear pressure, pain, and hearing problems.
I take Enzyte for that. Works pretty good. I also happen to get hard. I don't know why. Just like I can hear.
Do you know what also helps ED? Into the AM.
No.
I'm so sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry.
Why? They're revoking our shit for
I saw
sure.
the timer and I was like, I need to get this in now.
That's what she said.
Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all already know what it is. If you're new here, it's the first time hearing it. If you're returning, you know what we're about. It's Into the AM. Longtime partners, probably not much longer.
For now. Yeah.
But we do rep the brand proudly, always rocking these dope hoodies, hats, shirts. You see what we rock all the time. And you too can rock some dope stuff by going to the link in the description or in the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. When you get there and go check out all the cool stuff, Sam, what do they get?
First off, if you could just do us a favor and go into their contact section and email them an apology on our behalf, we'd really appreciate that because we kind of need to keep the lights on. But when you get to that website, other than sending that apology email for us, you'll find a plethora of shirts, hats, hoodies, underwear, pants, shorts, you name it. They've probably got it. And it's always a new design just about every week. And they're always running some sort of sale. But on top of that, if you use our code LOUSY, LOUSY at checkout, you get 10% off on top of whatever other sale they're running. And so you not only get to look good, you get to save some money doing it. And Alex, we're so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please. I'm sorry. Click the link in the video description and the pinned comment, and I promise we'll actually start pinning those comments eventually. That's it.
Links in the description in the pinned comment into the am.com/lousy. Again, into the am.com/lousy. I'm so sorry, Alex.
Also, fuck honey, yada yada. Uninstall that shit.
Yeah, fuck honey. I'm gonna get a talking to about that one after we're done recording. I can already see it. Oh,
there's not much else I can say at this point, man.
Let's just,
you know what's happened.
Let's just get into let's just get into this week's Weekly TIFU Digest. 4 stories keyed up for y'all. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start low.
It's also a good thing we do this for fun, and that's it.
We're never getting endorsed by anybody else.
No, I think, yeah, it'd be like Blue Chew. It'd be Liquid Death because they don't give a fuck. It'd be Manscaped, maybe.
Fuck it, that works for me.
All great products.
As a matter of fact, I use all 3. So yeah,
I tried Manscaped. It's like the second one, I think.
I've used all 3. I haven't used Blue Chew in a long time.
Oh, I've never tried Blue Chew, actually. Come to think of it.
Light? We're gonna fucking Sorry, my light was being a dick. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Starting low and on a high note. Sam, you start this week, and based on the titles of these stories.
Oh yeah, I do. Yep. Sorry, I was thinking ending.
You start this week based on the titles of these stories.
Yep.
We're in for
what I said the whole time.
We're in for a long evening.
We'll see if we can breathe by the end of this. So, all right. Story number 4 for this week in a TIFU Digest. As Joe fights with his light again. Today I fucked up by not noticing signals and not getting laid when she was literally throwing herself at me. Last weekend, I, 25 male, ended up going out with an older coworker, 34 female, to a bar. We were chatting it up. Everything was great. She was nice enough to let me crash at her place instead of driving home, which I thought was super sweet. We get to her house. I asked if I'd just make a bed on the floor or on the couch. She said no, that I would sleep with her in the bed. I thought, oh, okay, sure. Not going to argue. It's her house. As I go inside her room, I check my phone for one singular second, and now she's changed from her work clothes to pajamas, shirts and shorts, nothing crazy. Asked if I needed to give her the room. She said, nah, it's fine, so I figured she's just super comfortable around me. We then sit on her bed, drinking and smoking a little. Then she puts on a movie on her phone, and we were listening to it. Then we went to bed. No big deal, right? Then the next morning, everything seemed fine. I drove her to work, and we also grabbed McDonald's, wished her a good shift, then drove home and changed and went back to work. Fast forward to tonight, I tell a confidant of mine at work about the ordeal. They flipped the fuck out when I said no after they asked if we had sex. She said she put all the signals in my lap, and yet I still didn't read the room. The more I thought about it, the more now fucking embarrassed. Wait, no, hang on, I missed something. The more I thought about, the more, now fucking embarrassed that I am. Right?
It should be how.
How fucking embarrassed. Okay, that's what it is. How fucking embarrassed that I am that I was so oblivious to all the signs. I'm now balled up in a corner about to get higher than giraffe pussy so I can try to forget this whole embarrassing ordeal. I'm now literally at the mercy of when I see her again. God only knows when due to the schedule being iffy. I don't have any of her socials, no phone number, nothing. I could literally die right now. TLDR, I ended up going home with a coworker and didn't read any of her advances of trying to fuck, and now I'm a die of embarrassment.
So I'm gonna take the safe road on this one. We have a fair amount of ladies who watch our show. And all you ladies know that Sam and I are very respectful. But I'm going to tell you something that you need to know, okay? Yes, all the signs are there. But, and this is based on things I've heard from many people, and also stories that we've read. We're not going to take those signs. You need to plant yourself on, like, a coworker here needs to plant herself on OP's lap and start making out with him, period. I understand y'all might be reading some smut novels and whatnot, wanting a man to pin you to the wall and growl in your fucking ear and, whatever the fuck you want. Who knows? Whatever you're fucking into. I'm not going to get all smutty for y'all right now. This isn't the channel. That channel comes on the other site. Check that out. Oh yeah, I've been reading smut for months, dude. Just live for the ladies. Yep. Yeah, we got a great subscription over there. You should check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for including me, I guess.
Have you not been getting the revenue?
You haven't even told me about it, motherfucker.
I'm kidding. But really though. Anyways, but look, I understand y'all are into your smut, and that's great, and I love that for y'all. But you have to understand that it's 2025, and dudes be terrified or too dumb to read the signs. Okay, so plant your happy ass on his lap and show him what you want, because the next time it comes around, he then gonna be that smutty Prince Charming that you want, and you're gonna wreck your apartment. End of story.
Yeah. Men are oblivious, just in general. Might get a couple every now and then that notice a couple things, but most of us are very much take it at face value. Don't read too far into it. Try not to make any assumptions. And, either make it like we'd rather go home like this guy than go home with a big old handprint on the side of the face, so it can be a little tricky for guys, but then also, again, just to take away any credit you can give to us, we're dumb.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
in general, we're very, very dumb. So sometimes you got to be a little bit more obvious. Perfect example, at one point before my wife and I started dating, she was laying it on hard to me, and I didn't fucking notice. It just went, yep. Fortunately, clearly things worked out eventually, but
clearly.
Yeah. So yeah. I think this isn't so much a general fuck up for OP here. I think this is more just like a good window into the mind of man and kind of our decision making. Like, oh, cool, she must be comfortable around me. Sweet. Like, not going to make any assumptions. Just spending the night, calling it good.
There, I actually, prime example of this, and this is something that I feel ties into this really well. I'm actually going to say this is not a fuck up at all. Because, much like you talked about with your wife, there was a girl I dated many years ago. And I say dated because we never really made it official. We would go on nice little dates. We're all adults here. We'd, wreck each other in the sheets, have nice nights, stay over, that kind of thing. But we never really made it official. That was perfectly fine for us. We were completely content with that. But here's the kicker. The first time we got together, I respected her way more than just having sex with her. Much to Sam's point, I'm sure you're the same way. I did not see her signs of wanting to, take it to the sheets. Because of that first night of me, we stayed together. We had a nice dinner. We watched movies, ended up falling asleep together in bed, woke up the next morning, had breakfast, went about our days, right? That I was not intending to go and do that. I simply was just having a wonderful night with a lovely lady. The text I got after dropping her off was simply, understand the next time I see you, I'm jumping your bones. That's because, and she told me, that's because I was such a gentleman for not assuming I was getting in her pants, that it made her want to have me around more often. So OP, you didn't fuck up. You did the right thing, and you had a great night with a lovely lady, and I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to have many fun nights with that lovely lady. So W's.
Big dubs.
Bad W's.
I mean, just, next step, maybe get her number. just a thought. Yeah. Just that we don't have to rely on work.
This first comment here looks perfect. If I had $1 for every time I was too oblivious to know blatant flirting and more, I would have, I don't know, at least enough for lunch from the full price menu at Taco Bell.
Which these days, expensive. $5 for a fucking beefy 5-layer burrito.
That's
inflation's getting out of control.
That's
used to be 99 cents for that shit. Let's talk about Taco Bell for, no, I'm just kidding. Next comment here. In high school, I had a guy, my crush, give me his senior photo, wallet-sized, of him wearing leopard print underwear on a couch. George Costanza-esque, with his number on the back. Did I get the hint to call him? No. I guess it goes both ways. There's...
this brings up a solid thought. I feel like we need to start an OF. Because there's a picture. This goes back to my old streaming days. There's a picture that has been requested that I make a remake of. And it's
Couch.
Burt Reynolds on a bearskin rug.
Oh,
Not that one. The couch, yes. That we need to remake that one. I got the perfect chair back there for it. But Burt Reynolds on a bearskin rug. Future Sam, throw this up if you can for a brief moment. If it's like, just blur out the parts that'll get us,
you're gonna have to send that to me like nowish.
Fair. I feel like I should do that for you. But you're paying for that shit. I ain't doing that shit for free. All right, let's move on.
I'll blur a good shit of it. Or a good bit of it. But I said shit of it. That's perfect.
Good
anyway.
Shit, yes. All right. Story number 3 this week.
Yep.
Today I fucked up. I accidentally clove-oiled my balls, and it was worse than wisdom teeth removal. I might have a story after this one. So tell me why. Huh?
I said, yeah, you do.
Yeah. Y'all better learn a whole lot about old Joe.
You're even about to talk about it, but all right. Hey, I'm here.
Anything for the content. So tell me why I'm getting ready for bed, right? I had a fresh new pair of underwear laid out. I've been using clove essential oil mixed with castor oil for my hair. Just a few drops in my hand, rub it on my scalp, feels the nice burn, all good. Yeah, it's good exfoliant for your scalp. But tonight, I foolishly moved my long ass arms and knocked the cap off the clove oil. It flew across the room and landed on the ground. No big deal, or so I thought. About a minute later, I feel the most horrible pain imaginable, like worse than getting all 4 of my wisdom teeth out. It literally felt like my balls were being melted off in real time. Turns out there must have been just enough clove oil on the cap, and somehow it got onto my balls when I bent over or something. I sprinted to the bathroom, washed with water, which made the burn even worse, and stood there half naked in full regret mode. After what felt like an eternity, I slapped some vitamin E oil on there. Blessed relief. The pain stopped. But now I've got blisters, shame, and trauma. Anyway, I hate having long arms, but I think my balls will be okay. TLDR, I put clove oil on my balls and it burnt so bad that I thought I was going to pass out. And there's blisters everywhere, and I don't think I'm going to recover.
Yeah, that's maybe from now on, our order of operations will change, and we'll put the underwear on first, and then put on the oil. But
yeah. So you're fucked either way in this situation, and I'm gonna explain how I know that. When I was 14, this was 2 decades ago. One of our mutual friends, who I will not name, kicked me so hard in the twig and giggleberries that I genuinely thought I had a physical problem. That evening, it was still hurting. There was some swelling. Well, one thing I always knew that my grandmother used to help with pain relief was Bengay. Not exactly clove oil.
you get the picture, though.
I can tell you this. Men, if you ever put a foreign substance such as Bengay or clove oil on your beanbag, hot water opens your pores. It will get into said pores and hurt worse. Cold water makes the boys go into hiding and also is super painful on sensitive skin. Pick your poison.
Maybe get some milk next time. Like, pour the milk on the gonads. You know, it'd still be cold because it would still be in the fridge, right? But
would that work though?
It would have that soothing, you know. I guess it would depend on.
I'm just gonna plant my balls in a cup of cottage cheese. Just
the visual of that.
The splort that it makes, dude.
Splort. Why a splort?
What's wrong with us tonight, dude?
I don't know. I'm reading the first comment.
Please do. Just move on.
First comment here is maybe go to the hospital since blisters make it sound like chemical burns. You have to make sure there is no serious damage.
No, if I'm not mistaken, clove oil helps. Hang on, I'm pretty sure it naturally exfoliates. Does clove
by
oil
chemically burning your skin
help exfoliate? Yeah. So regular use of clove oil can clear out the blemishes and ensure an even skin tone. It works as a chemical peel and exfoliates the dead skin, leaving your face clean and clear. So yes, because one of the things I always recommend to a lot of my clients, because I'm also a barber, one of the things I always recommend to my clients is something that's a much safer and much more soothing option is tea tree oil.
Yep.
But clove oil will clean it to fuck up. So imagine essentially doing a chemical peel on your balls. Or for ladies, yeah, on your vagoober.
You know, I just dip my shit straight into acid. Might as well. Just talk about a chemical peel.
Imagine the splort on that. Brother, have you have chemical burns on your balls? You need to go to the hospital. Trust me when I say they won't judge you for it. They've seen worse and far more idiotic things. Valid. Absolutely valid. They're probably going to give you some like kind of cream to put on the crown jewels. So
the gonads.
Yes, I don't have any other ones right now.
You want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, please.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video so far. While you're here, click the subscribe button to become a lousy listener. And also click that join button. For $2.99, you can have access to exclusive emotes and also get some cool features like interacting with Joe and I. Also, click the link in the description to join our Discord. Back to the video.
See what splort this next one can
Woo! Go ahead. This one's not NSFW, so you're good.
yet. Anyway, number 2. Today I fucked up by buying myself a fancy jacket and instantly starting a rumor at work. After a really rough few years financially, I finally caught a bit of a break from a $3,700 win on Rolling Riches sweepstakes casino. Not life-changing money, but enough to give me breathing room for the first time in forever. I cleared out some lingering credit card debt, replaced my dying phone, and let myself splurge just once. I bought a leather jacket I've wanted for years. Total impulse buy, but I figured, hey, I've been responsible, why not? I wore it to work the next day. Didn't say anything, just walked in like normal, feeling a little better than usual. Big mistake. One of my coworkers goes, "Damn, new money?" And everyone laughs, but I think nothing of it. Then another coworker jokes about me striking it rich. Later that day, someone asks if I got a new side hustle or secret inheritance. It starts spreading jokingly at first that I must have come into some serious cash. By the end of the week, someone asked if I was doing crypto or if I sold a kidney. I tried to play it down and said, nah, just treated myself after getting ahead a little. But now I've got people whispering about promotions I didn't get, speculating that I must be making way more than them, or worse, hiding something shady. I even had a manager pull me aside and say I seem to be enjoying a lifestyle shift and that it's important to keep appearances consistent. I never thought one jacket would lead to this. Today I fucked up by underestimating how people react when you stop looking broke at work. TLDR, I bought a nice jacket after finally getting ahead financially. Now my coworkers think I'm either rich, shady, or hiding a secret job. One outfit caused office-wide conspiracy theories.
This is a prime example of mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I love the first comment. I'm gonna read that real quick. Plot twist:
Yeah.
OP's jacket was actually this.
That's the auditory difference.
Yo, you pull up in that, just understand everybody's sweating, dude. Like, who's the target?
Yeah, if that's the jacket, I'd be asking questions 100%. But I get the feeling that it's just a pretty generic leather fucking jacket, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, this prime example of mind your own fucking business, because who gives a fuck what you wear? Like, the fact that people made it go as far as to where your boss makes a comment about important to keep appearances consistent. That is your boss.
Mute phone much call.
You know what? We're gonna answer this while we're recording. Hello? I don't either. I'm recording. Say hi to YouTube. Yeah. What? Who called us? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna record. Yeah. All right. Bye. I thought it was important. It was a group of people.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why I was like, this looks important. Let me answer that real quick. Fuck. Where were we? Yeah. No. The fact that your boss says that's it, and that it's important to keep appearances consistent. That is your boss telling you look like a broke ass motherfucker. You better stay looking like a broke ass motherfucker. Like,
I don't know. that just seems so crazy. Like it's just a fucking jacket. Like how? I need to see this jacket now. I need to see this jacket. Not that it really matters, but for it to cause such fucking chaos at work, I need to see this jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good second comment. Would have been a good retort. And it was $5 at the thrift store. Like,
honestly fair, but still, mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
yeah.
Or I got it at a yard sale for nothing. Or like you shouldn't have to do that. But I see this jacket.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the jacket now. I don't see anything. in their original posting. Oh well.
They just have, one actual post.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Well, shall we?
Indeed.
Because I don't want to read the last story, but I have to, and I'm terrified
I
to.
so want you to read this last story. I need to know what it's about.
All right. Top fuck up of the week coming at you hot right now. Today I fucked up by electing to be Hitler's lawyer in a hypothetical scenario for my philosophy class. I need to preface this immediately by saying that I do not like Hitler in any way. Well, that's a good start.
Good way to start.
I denounce him entirely and am not sympathetic to a single thing about him. For my philosophy class, we had to come up with a scenario where we defend the indefensible. It was an exercise in morals. People went with more tame things like cannibalism and capital punishment. I decided that I would really challenge myself and came up with a hypothetical that Hitler did not kill himself in his bunker and was to stand trial at Nuremberg, and I was his lawyer. This really, really backfired for me, not only in the class, but also my social life. The really bad part of all this is that we had to move an opposing side to defend against. I got paired with a guy who was really dumb. I don't mean to use that word in a mean way, but for some reason was in the class. Philosophy is for really smart people. His opening statement was that Hitler attacked the whole world. Hitler attacked the whole world. He fought the world. I then responded with, this is a false narrative. Hitler only declared war on Poland. My opponent then proceeded to make a really weird face and adjust his AirPods. He proceeded to look around the room awkwardly. Hitler attacked the Jews. I proceeded to respond with, Hitler tried to get rid of the Jews in non-lethal ways before he killed them. He then got emotional and responded with, Hitler was fucking evil, bro. What's your problem? I promptly responded with, evil is an abstract concept. It's not objective. I've been reading a lot of, is it Nietzsche?
I don't fucking know.
How do you pronounce that? The silence is deafening after I say this. It's only broken when the teacher says, all right, that's enough of this. We're going to move on now. I try to say that I'm not a fan of Hitler, but it is completely ignored because a Jewish student stormed out of the classroom. TLDR, I tried to defend the indefensible in my philosophy class and ended up impacting my life negatively.
Yep, that was not a great idea.
This is why every time Sam and I know that something is coming down the pike that could easily offend or trigger, we always state trigger warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. 2 words. Trigger warning. It's literally 4 syllables. That's easy. Trigger warning. You should have done that before you did this.
Yeah, you probably should have prefaced that entire thing by saying, hey, by the way, I do not like this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm doing it purely for the point of the project. And I figured I'd challenge myself a bit. Let's see how I do.
Fair enough. No,
Yeah.
I agree. My brain is doing that weird thing right now where I'm like visualizing the whole situation, right? And I'm trying to comprehend if there's any other way you could have gotten out of this.
He really didn't do himself any favors either.
No.
And especially when he said, I got paired with a guy who was really dumb. In parentheses, I don't mean to use that word in a mean way, but for some reason was in the class. Parentheses again, philosophy is for really smart people. Not fucking necessarily, dude. Like,
No.
yep. Not a good look there, bud.
Is his name Bro Fisting Minion?
Sure is.
Okay. You really fucked up here.
Yeah.
Like, I get wanting to challenge yourself in a class. Hell, Sam, you know I like to do that to myself all the time. I like to challenge myself. If I see like, oh, there's a challenge here, I'm like, okay, I want to tackle it head on. I don't care how tough it is. I want to go after it because it's a challenge to prove to myself that I can do it. The way you could have gotten through this is before this started, simply just say to everyone in the class, I chose this topic. This is completely satirical. I by no means stand with anything that I'm about to say. This is my topic. And hell, even give everyone a chance. If anybody would like to leave the room, if you feel uncomfortable with this, please go ahead and do so now. Because what you're doing is you're granting yourself an opportunity of saying, hey, I am not a Nazi. Like, I don't agree with what he did. I'm just simply doing this for a philosophy class.
Yep.
End of story.
That's what he should have done.
But he didn't.
He did not do that. You know, it's bad when you can probably go into that same prompt and say, I'm going to defend the devil himself from all his atrocities, and it'd be and without any extra preamble, and everybody would be a lot more fine with it than it would have been with how you came out in this one.
Yeah, you literally chose, as far as in all of the world's history, you chose genuinely the most evil person that's ever existed.
Probably, yeah. I mean, as far as like actual hate, a lot of evidence that points to that.
Yeah. Like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You just needed to finagle your way out of that in a much better manner. And instead you should just switch schools at this point. Like you've ruined your opportunity.
Yeah. While everybody else in class picked, more tame things like cannibalism and capital punishment, you decided to just choose all of them simultaneously. Like just every single thing all at the same time. But
yeah.
Anyway, this is a fuck up for sure. First comment here says, this seems like an entirely predictable result of this assignment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second comment down says, well, it sounds like you successfully challenged yourself.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Failed successfully.
Yep. So as most of you know, always sometimes when Sam and I, read the titles ahead of time, usually that's for Am I the Asshole when we're trying to make sure like it actually fits what we're talking about or whatever. We usually read these only to make sure that we have them in order for both of us. And when we read this one and I realized I had to read it, I immediately was just like, oh, God damn it. Like, I didn't want to read this one. So Here we are. About that time, huh? Sun's getting real low. Yep. Y'all know what to do. Leave all your feedback, thoughts, comments, concerns down in the comments down below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Get this out to everybody on YouTube. Share it to a homie. Help us out here. Keep us going. You know what I'm saying? We do this for you. We'll see y'all on Saturday. Bye.
Peace.